Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Palmasola Softball Complex for day number 15 of the FGCL. First of three on this triple header. On field number one features the Anna Maria Aquanauts taking on the Lakewood Ranch Rodeo. I'm Tom Canterbury. Thank you so much for joining us here for this matchup. Coming up later on at noon, it'll be the Sea Cows and the Slice, and the Finns and the Swashbucklers will wrap things up. Here is the starting lineup for the Aquanauts. They are 5-7 on the season on a 2-game win streak for head coach Jenna Lord. They are tied for 7th entering play here in the 9:30 window. Karis Pierce will lead things off, playing third base. Lauren Sweat, left field, bats second. Chloe Aldrich, right field, batting third. Carson Carpenter, first base, bats fourth. Kaylee Wyndham, second base, batting fifth. Sophie Fadley, catching, batting sixth. Nyla Henson, center field, batting seventh. The first pitch to Pierce swung on and missed. 4-1. Gracie Flores, the extra hitter, batting eighth. Jedi Young, designated player, bats ninth. And Emma Shoemaker, shortstop, will bat 10th. They're facing in the circle for the Rodeo, the right-handed sophomore out of Longwood, Sadie Armstrong. Pierce with a chopper to second. The scoop is in time for out number one. Nice play by Herbert coming in to get the out. Armstrong making her 7th appearance in the circle for the Rodeo, has pitched 21 innings with an 0-2 record. 15 runs allowed, 8 have been earned, a 2.67 ERA, as Lauren Sweat is the batter. 23 hits, 8 strikeouts to 8 walks, a 1.48 whip for Armstrong as a team through 12 games. 77 and a third innings pitched for the Rodeo, 48 runs, 35 have been earned, a team ERA at 3.17. As the Rodeo, a team led by their pitching staff. Sweat, 3 of 20, batting 150, 6 runs scored with an RBI, couple of doubles, 7 walks on the season. And that's taken out to left field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Allen tried to track it down, but couldn't quite make it, and that's going to be a double for Lauren Sweat. They'll bring up Chloe Aldrich. Aldrich. Nine of 23, batting .391, 5 runs scored, 6 runs driven in with a home run, 2 doubles and a hit by pitch, or 2 walks, and a hit by pitch. As a team, the Aquanauts through 12 games scored 55 runs, have a team batting average of .248, which has improved over the last few days. On base percentage has a team of .353. Ground ball to short. Pearson is there. Will make the throw in time. And there's 2 gone. The defensive alignment for the Rodeo. Allen in left. Monaco in center. White in right. Shivert at third. Pearson at short. Herbert second. Henderson at first with Glover catching. Miller and Franz, the DP and extra hitter. So 2 out now. Runner on second for the first baseman, Carson Carpenter. First pitch is a strike. Carpenter, 5 of 23. 217 the average. 3 runs scored, 5 runs driven, and a homer, a double, and 4 walks. Ground ball to third. Shivert has it. She'll make the throw across the diamond for out number 3 to retire the side. So the 1-out double does no damage for the Aquanauts. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We played a half inning. Aquanauts nothing. Rodeo coming to bat. This is the FGCL. No scores. We head to the bottom of the first inning. And here is the starting lineup for the Lakewood Ranch Rodeo, 6-6, entering today's game on a one-game winning streak for head coach Allie Lindenham. And they are in 6th place by themselves in the standings entering this 9:30 window. Leading things off is the second baseman, Cash Herber. Sam White, right field, batting second. Danny Franz, as a player, will bat third. Madeline Miller, extra player, batting fourth. Cameron Allen, left field, batting fifth. Montgomery Henderson, the first baseman, will bat sixth, batting seventh. Lily Shivert, the third baseman. Danny Monaco, center field, batting eighth. Carly Pearson, shortstop, ninth. And batting 10th is the catcher, Carolyn Glover. They're facing in the circle for the Aquanauts, the right-handed freshman out of Boston College, Sophia Bertoli. For the Knots this season, Bertolli is making her, or Bertarelli, excuse me, is making her 10th appearance. She's pitched 23 and 2/3 innings with a 1-3 record. 20 runs allowed, 19 have been earned for a 5.62 ERA, 19 hits, 19 strikeouts, 25 walks, 186 the whip. For the Knots, through 12 games, they've pitched 75 innings, allowed 82 runs, 69 have been earned, a 6.44 team ERA. Cash Herber has had a really good summer. She's 12 of 26, batting .462, 9 runs scored, 4 driven in. First pitch is high. 3 doubles and 3 walks, along with 5 stolen bases. 5.17 the OBP for Herber. As a team, through 12 games, team batting average of .270 for the Rodeo, 52 runs scored, a team OBP of .380. Defensively for the Aquanauts, Sweat in left, Henson in center, Aldrich in right, with Pierce at third, Shoemaker at short, Wyndham at second, Carpenter at first, Fadley catching, Young and Flores, the DP and extra hitter. That swung on and missed. Over on field 2, it's the Loggerheads and the Queens, followed by the Circus and the Snowbirds, and the Impact and the Skeeters. On day 15, we'll keep you up to date. Herber lifts this one to deep right field. That one's way back. Way gone! Cash Herber with her first home run of the summer. First at bat for the Rodeo, and they lead at 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Sam White, the right fielder. White batting .238. She's 5 of 21 with 2 runs scored and a walk. Pulls back the bunt, takes a called strike. Yesterday, the Aquanauts extended their win streak to 2 with a 5-4 victory over the Sea Cows. The Rodeo also coming off of a victory. They took out the Queens yesterday, 6-1. Knots are off tomorrow. As are the Rodeo. Both these teams get the off day tomorrow. Rodeo take on the Impact Thursday at noon here on Field 1. Aquanauts and the Swashbucklers Thursday at 2:30 over on Field 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on White. 1-0 Rodeo on the Cash Herber leadoff homer. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got her with her eyes. There's one gone. So a good bounce back by Bertarelli. So one out now for Danny Franz. Franz is 6 of 21, 286 the average. 5 runs scored, 3 runs driven in with a homer, a double, and a couple of walks. Over the standings entering this 9:30 window, and we're in a situation where for the first time since the first week everyone has played the exact same number of games, and that'll be the last time that'll be the case until the season comes to a close. Through 12 games for everyone. The Slice are in first place. They're at 10-2, with the Swashbucklers, Squeeze, and Rivermox all a game back, tied for second at 9-3. For those four have a little bit of separation. The Finns are in fifth at 7-5, with the Rodeo in sixth at 6-6. Impact, Circus, and Aquanauts all tied at 5-7 for seventh place. And then a four-way tie for 10th with Loggerheads, Queens, Snowbirds, and Skeeters all at 4-8. Sea Cows in 14th at 3-9. Ground ball to second. Slow roller. The stop made by Wyndham. The throw's in time for out number 2. So this can be a big day for true playoff positioning. After today, there will be 5 days of regular season play remaining. First pitch misses for ball 1 to Madeline Miller. Miller is 4 of 22 with a 182 average, 3 runs scored with an RBI. There's a couple of walks here in FGCL play. There's a strike, 3-1. So the only off days remaining in the regular season schedule will be coming up this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, July 4th and 5th. That's in the dirt for ball 4. 2-out walk keeps the inning alive for the Rodeo. So a week from today will be the final games of the regular season. Next Wednesday, the All-Star game, and next Thursday, single elimination playoffs get underway. A champion will be crowned a week from Saturday. Cameron Allen now the batter. First pitch is a called strike. Allen, 4 of 19, batting .211, 3 runs scored with 2 runs driven in, 5 walks. 375 the OBP. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Ricciarelli makes a stop in the throw for out number 3 to retire the side. But the Rodeo gets on the board first. A solo homer by Cash Herber. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We played an inning, 1-0. Rodeo with the lead. This is the FGCL. We head to the second inning. Rodeo with a 1-0 lead. Due up for the Aquanauts here in the second, trying to answer back. Kaylee Wyndham, Sophie Fadley, and Nyla Henson. 5, 6, 7. Sadie Armstrong back out for her second inning of work. Kaylee Wyndham steps in, and it's a strike on a bunt attempt. Wyndham is batting 136, 3 of 22 with a run scored, 3 runs driven in, has a double and a walk so far here in the FGCL. Armstrong in the circle, a sophomore from Longwood in 2026. Originally from Portland, Maine. Appeared just for a third of an inning for Longwood this past season. Gave up a hit and 3 runs in 1 appearance. The second year Rodeo. Last year for the Rodeo, in 24 innings pitched, had a 9.04 ERA, 38 hits, 37 runs, 31 earned with 20 walks and 23 strikeouts. Counts now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Ground ball back through for a base hit. Wyndham goes right back up the middle for the second hit of the day for the Aquanauts. This time it leads off the inning. So Wyndham is on for Sophie Fadley. Fadley, 5 of 23, 217 the average, 5 runs scored, 3 runs driven in, has a home run, 3 walks, and 2 hit by pitches. Over on field 2, they're in the bottom of the second. No score between the Loggerheads and the Queens. Queens trying to snap what is currently the longest losing streak so far here in 2026. They have lost 6 in a row. That drops in too low, and the count moves to 3 balls and no strikes. Shivert comes in and has a quick word for Armstrong. Called strike. 3-1. And that'll be a walk. So now runners on first and second with nobody out for the Aquanauts here in the top of the second for Nyla Henson, excuse me. Henson, 4 of 20, batting 200 with a run scored, a run driven in, has a double, 3 walks, and a hit by pitch. First pitch, a called strike. That's called strike on the outside edge. Line to short. Catch is made by Pearson. Base runners didn't get too far off the bag, so that'll be just the one away. They'll bring up the extra hitter, Gracie Flores. Flores batting 190. She's 4 of 21 with 5 runs scored with an RBI and 3 walks. First pitch is a strike. The 0-2 comes in a bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Flores. Counts even up, 2-2. 1 out, runners on first and second. Rodeo with the 1-0 lead. Aquanauts trying to answer back here in the top of the second. Ground ball to short. They'll throw to first to get 1. Both runners advance, but now there's 2 away. So 2 out now for the designated player, J.D. Young. First pitch swung on and missed. Young batting 250. She's 5 of 20, 4 runs scored with 2 RBIs, a home run, and 2 walks here this summer. Bunted at and missed. 0-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And the Knots strand 2 runners in scoring position here in the second. No runs on two hits. There were no errors and 2 left. We head to the bottom of the second. Still 1-0. Rodeo with the lead. This is the FGCL. Sophia Bertarelli back out for her second inning work for the Aquanauts as we head to the bottom of the second. Henderson, Shivert, and Monaco due up, 6, 7, 8. Starting with Montgomery Henderson. Six of 19. 316 the average, 2 runs scored, 4 runs driven in, has a homer, a double, 7 walks, and a hit by pitch. The OBP at 519 for Henderson entering today's play. First pitch is a called strike. Rodeo trying to add to their 1-0 lead. Solo homer by Cash Herber led off the bottom of the first. Bertarelli, a right-handed freshman from Boston College in 2026, from Coral Springs, Florida. Had a 14 ERA and 4 innings pitched for the Eagles this past year. 7 hits, 8 runs, 6 walks, and a strikeout. From an athletic family, her sister Bella played softball at USF, and her mom, Clara, a gymnast at Columbia. Henderson pops this one up sky high on the infield. Carpenter's there. She'll make the catch for out number 1. That brings up third baseman, Millie Shivert. Shivert, 1 of 21 here in the FGCL with 2 runs scored. She's driven in 4 runs. Her 1 hit was a home run. 3 walks and a sac fly. The Rodeo will need a little bit more from people like Shivert offensively just to bolster the pitching staff a little bit to make a run in the playoffs. It hits the inside corner and the count's even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. That's lifted, and that's going to fall for a base hit into right field. Wyndham tried to make a diving catch on it, but it got just over her head, and Lee Shivert with the base knock. Putting a runner on first with 1 away. Now for Aniel Monaco. Monaco batting .375. She's 9 of 24. She scored 2 runs. She's driven 2 in. She has 4 doubles and 2 walks this summer here in the FGCL. And that's to the backstop. And Shivert will take second on the wild pitch. bounces in, this time stopped behind the plate by Fadley. 2 balls and no strikes. Looks in the 2-2. And that's fly ball to shallow left. Sweat calls everyone off. She'll make the catch for out number 2. So a 2-out runner in scoring position. Carly Pearson will be the batter. First pitch. Inside. 2-12 is Pearson, 167 the average. 2 runs scored. 4 walks. Two 0. Three balls and no strikes. And that's low for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk. Puts runners out on first and second with 2 outs. For the catcher, Carolyn Glover. Glover is 4-14, batting .286 with a run scored, 4 RBIs, a double, and 3 walks. An opportunity here for the bottom of the order to add to the 1-0 lead for the Rodeo. Here in the bottom of the second. First pitch swayed at a miss for strike 1. The 0-2 is popped up and it will get out of play. That 0-2 is in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Line, and that is just foul. Glover missed at least 1 RBI there by about a foot. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Bertarelli gets the strikeout. Strands 2 runners here in the second for the Rodeo. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 left. We played 2, still 1-0. Rodeo with the lead. This is the FGCL. We move to the third inning. Rodeo with a 1-0 lead over the Aquanauts. Over on field 2, they're in the bottom of the third. The Queens with a 1-0 lead over the Loggerheads. Rodeo, a run on 2 hits, no errors, 3 left. Aquanauts, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left. Sadie Armstrong back out for her third inning of work, and she will face 10-1-2 Shoemaker, Pierce, and Sweat. Shoemaker, 6 of 28, batting .214 with 3 runs scored, 3 runs driven in with 2 home runs and a double. She has 3 walks. Has appeared in all 12 games for the Aquanauts. She'll start things off here in the top of the third. With a fly ball, well hit to deep center field, but Monaco is there. She'll make the catch for out number 1. A lone run in the game so far, a leadoff solo homer by Cash Herber in the bottom of the first inning for the Rodeo. Karis Pierce will now be the batter. She grounded out her first time. Pierce was a sophomore at South Florida in 2026, has entered the transfer portal, and is the newest Rutgers Scarlet Knight. So congratulations to her on her commitment. For South Florida this past year, batted .322, 49 of 152 with 18 RBIs, a couple of triples, 8 doubles, 21 runs scored. .474 the on-base percentage, and she was 5 of 7 stolen bases for the Bulls. Holds off on the change there. Her favorite food is venison or deer. I don't know if you get too much of that up in Piscataway. Line to right, that's down for a base hit. 1 out single for Karis Pierce. The Aquanauts have had base runners every inning. Yet to get a run across. Lauren Sweat will now be the batter. She doubled her first time up. Sweat, first team, all KJCCC as a freshman at Dodge City. Helped lead Dodge City to the National Junior College World Series. She batted .403, 65 of 161, 37 RBIs with 7 home runs, 4 triples, 19 doubles, scored 57 runs. Let's give a shout out to her dog, Bailey. Says is her soulmate. And grounds that one through for a base hit into center field. So now the Aquanauts in business with 1 out. Back-to-back singles puts runners on first and second. We'll bring up the right fielder, Chloe Aldrich. Aldridge, a freshman at Charlotte in 2026, was 7 of 34 for the 49ers, batted .206. Fly ball, center field. That one's back and off the wall. Rounding third is Pierce. She will come in to score. And we're tied up at 1 on the RBI single by Chloe Aldridge. So that's 3 straight 1-out singles for the Aquanauts. Runners on first and second once again for the first baseman, Carson Carpenter, who grounded out her first time up. And she drills this one to center. That one's back and gone. 3-run line drive shot over the center field wall by Carson Carpenter. And the Aquanauts have taken the 4-1 lead. For Carpenter, that's her second home run of the summer. And RBIs 6, 7, and 8. For Kaylee Wyndham. First pitch. Yeah. Did not pull her bunt back in time. It's a strike. Wyndham singled her first time. As the Aquanauts are able to capitalize on base runners here in the third. Wyndham, an incoming freshman, headed to Tennessee State out of Powder Springs, Georgia. In high school, played flag football, track and field, and softball. Fouls that one away, 1-2, and fortuitous ricochet off of the light pole. Gets the ball right back to us. That's grounded foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's a fly ball to shallow right center. Charging in is White. She'll make the catch for out number 2. So 2 out, nobody on. 4 in the inning for the Aquanauts. Sophie Fadley now the batter. Singled her first time. First pitch, a strike. Fadley from Haven, Kansas, a freshman at Dodge City. She was second team All KJCCC. Line drive, leaping grab by Herber at second for out number 3 to retire the side. But the Aquanauts come alive offensively here in the third innings. They get 4 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors and nobody left. We head to the bottom of the third, 4-1 Aquanauts. This is the FGCL. Cash Herber, who had a solo homer first time up, lays down a bunt single this time to start off the third inning. As the Rodeo try to answer back, the Aquanauts 4 in the top of the third. It's the Knots lead at 4-0. So a leadoff single on the bunt for Herber will now bring up Sam White, who struck out her first time. First pitch fouled away for strike 1. White, a freshman at UIC, Illinois Chicago, where she started 4 games and played in 29 in her freshman season for the Flames. Runner goes, the pitch is high. The throw down will not be in time, and Herber is safely in with a stolen bat. 6th stolen base of the season for Herber, puts her in scoring position with a 1-1 count on White. Scored 12 runs for UIC this past year, did White. Takes that one a touch high, 3-1. Three one, low and away for ball 4. So the Rodeo immediately threatening here in the bottom of the third. And Danny Franz now the batter. She grounded out her first time. Franz, a sophomore in 2026 at Lindenwood from Rockton, Illinois. Batted .233, 7 of 30 for Lindenwood this past year. Swing and a miss there, 1-1. 9 RBIs, had a homer and a double, 2 runs scored, including a walk-off RBI single in the OVC tournament against SEMO. Keeping the season alive for Lindenwood. That's fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bertarelli looks in. It's a little bit outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that got a piece of Danny Franz, so she'll head down to first on the hit by pitch. And now the bases are loaded with nobody out for the Rodeo. And Jen Lord's going to come out and talk things over with Bertarelli and the entire Aquanaut defense. As after the Aquanauts scored 4 in the top of the 4th, the Rodeo has immediately loaded the bases with nobody out here in the third to answer. Malin Miller will be the batter. She walked her first time. Miller, a redshirt sophomore at Winthrop in 2026 from Matthews, North Carolina. Aquanauts playing the infield end here. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Two 2-0 now. Fouled off the 2-0 pitch. Two 2-1, waved at a miss, 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Bertarelli gets a strikeout for the first out of the inning here with the bases loaded. So 1 out now for Cameron Allen, who is 0 for 1 with a ground out. Bertarelli trying to dance out of danger here. Goes too far around for strike one. Allen, a freshman at Walter State in 2026 from Frisco, Texas, is in the transfer portal. After batting .344 for Walters, 11 of 32 with 11 RBIs, a couple of doubles, and 12 runs scored. Fouled that one back, 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts with the bases loaded by Sofia Bertarelli. Now 2 outs with the bases loaded for Montgomery Henderson. She popped out her first time up. Henderson, the freshman out of Oklahoma State. Katy, Texas native. Was 9 of 23, batted .391 for the Cowgirls in her freshman season. Had 3 RBIs with a double and 2 runs scored. That's a blooper that's going to fall for a base hit over Wyndham at second base. 2 runs come in to score, and that's a 2 RBI bloop single for Montgomery Henderson. And the Rodeo are within 1. It's now 4-3. Franz moved to third, so runners on the corners with 2 outs for Lily Shivert. First pitch fouled away for strike one. Shivert singled her first time. Shivert, a junior at UMass, where she transferred from Delaware. For UMass this past year, batted .259. She was 29 of 112 with 22 RBIs, had a homer, 8 doubles, and 10 runs scored. On the Rodeo for the second straight year, last year, batted .208, 10 of 48 with 10 RBIs, had a couple of home runs and 2 doubles. Three and 1 now on Shivert. At UMass, she's the president of Athletes in Action, a Christian fellowship club for athletes in Amherst. The 3-1. Swung on and missed. And the count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Chopper up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. Lily Shivert 2 for 2 on the day, and that's an RBI single that ties things up at 4. And Cash Herber will come to run for Henderson at second base. First pitch to Daniel Monaco, grounded to second. And there's 3 away. But the Rodeo answer back here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, as they get 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 2 left. We head to the 4th, tied up at 4. This is the FGCL. Natalie Henson leading things off for the Aquanauts here in the 4th inning, where we have a whole new ball game. It's 4-4. Henson lined out her first time up. Sadie Armstrong back out for her 4th inning of work, and the first pitch misses inside for ball 1. Henson, the Atlanta, Georgia native and incoming freshman, headed to Kennesaw State. That's fouled off. In the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Henson, line drive to left field, but Allen's there to make the catch for out number 1. One out now for the extra hitter, Gracie Flores. She grounded out her first time. Flores, a redshirt sophomore at Louisiana Tech this past year. Berthoud, Colorado. Entered the transfer portal and is headed to Central Arkansas. Flores had a good year for Louisiana Tech this past year. Batted .423, 44 of 104 with 19 RBIs, a home run, a couple of triples, 11 doubles, and 17 runs scored. Right back to Armstrong. The underhand throws there. There's two away. Jetty Young now the batter, 2 out, nobody on. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Three balls and no strikes now for J.D. Young. Young, an incoming freshman heading to Pittsburgh out of Lithia Springs, Georgia. Line drive media is number 36 in the class of 2026. Takes that low for ball 4. So a 2-out walk keeps the inning alive for Emma Shoemaker. She's 0 for 1. Had a fly out her first time. Sophomore in 2026 at Charlotte. Shoemaker was 2 of 29 with an RBI and a couple of doubles for the 49ers. First pitch is high for ball 1. Shout out to her pug, Toby. I'm sure watching on. That's fouled away. That's well hit to deep center field. That one's way back. Way gone. 2-out, 2-run homer for Emma Shoemaker. And the Aquanauts back on top now 6-4. So the 2-out walk becomes huge for the Aquanauts there. Jetty Young reaches and Emma Shoemaker capitalizes. Now we go Go back to the top of the order. Karis Pierce, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. For Shoemaker, that's her 3rd home run of the summer. RBI is 4 and 5. They're in the top of the 6th. Now over on field 2, and the Queens with a 1-0 lead over the Loggerheads. Much more high scoring over here, 6-4. Ooh, that came in and that hit Pierce on the helmet. Helmet does its job. Pierce is all right. Jenna Lord is going to go check it out just to make sure. And now Lauren Sweat with an opportunity. She's 2 for 2 with a double, a single, and a run scored. First pitch to Sweat. A little outside, ball 1. Armstrong got the first 2 outs rather easily here in the 4th inning, but then a walk and a 2-run homer, giving the Knots a 6-4 lead. Ground ball, knocked down by Herber, and she will flip it, not in time, to second base. We'll call that an infield single. So runners now on first and second. And now the Rodeo is going to make a change in the circle. As Carly Meredith will enter the game. Replacing Sadie Armstrong. Armstrong went 3 2/3. Gave up 9 hits and 6 runs that are all earned. She is responsible for the 2 runners on base. One walk and 1 strikeout. And now Carly Meredith will toe the rubber. Freshman out of the University of Virginia. She redshirted at UVA this past year after being a 3-time Wisconsin Gatorade Player of the Year in high school from Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Has been outstanding here in the FGCL, making her 9th appearance to the Rodeo. She's pitched 30 innings with a 4-0 record, 6 runs allowed, 4 been earned, a .93 ERA, the only sub-1 ERA in the league. 15 hits, 40 strikeouts to 8 walks. 7.67 the whip. First pitch is a touch outside for ball 1 to Chloe Aldrich, who is 1 for 2, had an RBI single and scored in the 3rd. It's fouled away. 1-1 strike. Fouled away. 1-2 strikes. Coming up next here on Field 1, the Sea Cows and the Slice, slated for a noon start. That matchup will feature up the number 1 team in the standings against the number 14 team in the standings. But anyone can beat anyone here in the FGCL, and no lead is safe. Payoff pitch. High for ball 4. So the walk will load the bases for Carson Carpenter. First pitch is low for ball 1. Carpenter, a 3-run homer her last time up. One for 2 on the day. Meredith now a strike away from getting out of this one and limiting the damage here in the 4th. That one's low. 2-2 strikes. That's a sliding catch made in shallow center field by Monaco for out number 3. And the Knots leave them loaded here in the 4th. And Carly Meredith comes in to get the final out of the 4th inning. But the Aquanauts take the lead as they get 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left. We head to the bottom of the 4th, 6-4 Aquanauts. This is the FGCL. It's a base hit for Carly Pearson to lead off the fourth inning. As Rodeo tried to answer back with the Knots, and Knots scored 2 in the top of the fourth to take the 6-4 lead. Carolyn Glover now the batter with a runner on first, nobody out. Against a new pitcher for the Aquanauts. So that pitch misses for ball one. Kiara Caro enters the ball game, replacing Sophia Bertarelli. Bertarelli went 3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. One of those strikeouts was of Glover, her first time. Caro making her 10th appearance for the Aquanauts this season. That's well hit to deep center field. That one's back and gone. And just like that, the Rodeo does answer back. A 2-run homer ties things up at 6. For Glover, that is her first home run of the summer. And RBIs 5 and 6. We're tied up at 6. Caro has pitched 24 2/3 innings for the Aquanauts, a 2-2 record. Entering today's game with 42 runs allowed, 33 earned, 9.36 the ERA, 49 hits, 15 strikeouts to 8 walks. And this back and forth game now evened up at 6 once again. Cash Herber at the plate, 2 for 2, a solo homer, a single, and a run scored in the third. The home run came in the first. Caro, a freshman at South Florida State this past season from Sebastian, Florida. For South Florida State, posted a 2.18 ERA and 163 2/3 innings pitched. 139 hits, 75 runs, 51 earned. She walked 51, struck out 147, and had a 9-6 record. And came in here, gave up a single to Carly Pearson and a 2-run homer to Carolyn Glover. That's waved at and missed. That's jammed, but goes opposite way. Sweat will make the catch for out number 1. Some other defensive changes for the Aquanauts entering this inning. Sweat and Henson, left and center, still out there. Thomas, your new right fielder. Wyndham moves over to third. Pierce moves to short. Riley's in the game. She's now at second, with Carpenter at first and Fadley behind the plate. So 1 out, nobody on for the right fielder, Sam White. Excuse me, that's Sam Walls. And she's going to be safe on the E4. So Sam Walls uses the speed and reaches on the misplay by Riley at second. So a 1-out error, the first error of the game by either team. We'll bring up now Danny Franz, and the first pitch is a called strike to her. Franz is 0 for 1, had a ground out in the first, and was hit by a pitch and scored in the third. It's lifted to shallow center, and that's going to fall for a base hit. So runners now on first and second with one out. And Grace Taylor will make her first plate appearance of the day. First pitch fouled off, 4-1. Taylor is 5 of 20, batting .250, 4 runs scored, 4 runs driven in with a double and 4 walks this summer for the FGCL. That one floats in a bit too high, 1-1. That's going to be a line drive to left. That's down and safely in is Walls at third. So now the bases are loaded with one out for the Rodeo. They've tied things up at 6 here in the bottom of the fourth. And Riley Haith will be the batter. Haith with a fly ball to left. Sweat is there. She'll make the catch, tagging up from third. And coming in to score is Walls. And the Rodeo on the sac fly take the 7-6 lead. And that will bring up Montgomery Henderson now with runners on first and second. Rodeo leads at 7-6. What has been a back and forth battle. That's a fair ball over the third base bag, and Wyndham will collect it, step on the third base bag for out number 3 to end the frame. But the Rodeo here in the fourth get 3 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 error and 2 left. We move to the fifth, 7-6. Rodeo with the lead. This is the FGCL. We head to the 5th inning, 7-6. Rodeo with the lead. Aquanauts have 5, 6, 7 due up. With Carly Meredith in the circle for the Rodeo, now out for her first full inning of relief. The Rodeo did challenge whether that was a fair or foul ball to end the 4th inning, and the challenge was lost. So Rodeo down now to just one challenge for the rest of the game. Kaylee Wyndham leading things off here in the 5th. The first pitch is swung on and missed for strike one as the Aquanauts tried to answer back in what's been a back and forth battle. Wyndham 1 for 2, a single in the 2nd and a fly out in the 3rd. That one's taken to shallow right field. The new right fielder, Sam Walls, will come in to make the catch for out number 1. So new corner outfielders for the Rodeo. Haith is now in left, Monaco still in center, and Walls now in right. One out now for Sophie Fadley, who is 1 for 2, a single in the 2nd, and a line out in the 3rd. Foul tipped in the glove, 2-1. It is now a final over on field 2. The Queens hold on and beat the Loggerheads by a score of 1-0. Well, that snaps the 6-game losing streak for the Queens. Queens held to 2 hits in the game, but they scored a run and the shutout. Called strike. For the Queens, Sophia Spengler pitched 4 shutout innings, scattering 5 hits, and Avery Dockery pitched the final 3. And Caroline Stanton, the extremely tough luck loser for the Loggerheads, only gave up the 2 hits and 1 unearned run. That'll be ball 4. Issued to Fadley. Chloe Aldrich will come out to run for Fadley. Nyla Henson at the plate. She's 0 for 2 with a line out and a fly out. Henson lines this to left, and a diving catch made by Haith. for the second out of the inning. So now 2-out runner on first for Gracie Flores, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. Swing and a miss, strike one. Hit and run. Runner goes. It's fouled away. Flores well hit to right field. That's going to fall for a base hit and get all the way to the wall. Aldrich will round third. Here comes the throw. It's not in time. And the ball gets away, which will allow Flores to go head to third. We're tied up at 7. So an RBI double for Gracie Flores. And the E4 on the throw puts Flores now on third base. First error of the day for the Rodeo. And now Jada Young at the plate. She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second, a walk and a run scored in the fourth. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Meredith comes back, strikes out Young on 3 straight pitches, and that'll do it for the Knots here in the 7th. But Anna Maria ties things up. 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 1 left. We stretch here on field 1. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 7-7. Aquanauts and Rodeo. This is the FGCL. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning in a game with identical score lines. Both teams 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, and 7 runners left on base. Lily Shivert has a couple of those hits. She's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles and an RBI, leading things off here in the 5th inning. Both teams have scored every half inning since the 2nd. For the Knots, 4 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th. For the Rodeo, a run in the 1st, 3 in the 3rd, and 3 in the 4th. popped up on the infield. Riley calls off Carpenter. She'll make the catch for out number 1. Danielle Monaco, the batter. 0 for 2 on the day with a fly out and a ground out. Fly ball to left field. Catch made. There's 2 away. But here's where it's gotten tricky for these two teams in the circle. 2 quick outs, nobody on. Carly Pearson will be the batter. A walk in the second, a single with a run scored in the 4th. First pitch clips the inside corner for a call strike. The 0-2. Blooped in foul ground, ranging back and making a tremendous diving over-the-shoulder catch is Wyndham for out number 3. And for the first time today, on either side, an offense goes down 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We played 5, 7-7. Knots and Rodeo. This is the FGCL. Seven as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Camry Riley leading things off for the Aquanauts. Her first at-bat of the day. It's Carly Meredith in the circle for the Rodeo. Riley is 6 of 24, batting .250, 6 runs scored, 3 RBIs with a double, 2 walks and hit by pitch. Swing and a miss. The ball gets to the backstop, and reaching first on the drop third strike is Riley. We go back to the top of the order, and Karis Pierce, who is 1 for 2. A ground out in the first, single and scored in the third, was hit by a pitch in the fourth. And trying to take advantage of the mistake. Strikeout for Cameron Riley, but she reaches on the wild pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Meredith gets a strikeout there. That's the third strikeout in relief, and they've all come in the last 3 batters for Meredith. Now bring up Lauren Sweat. Sweat, who's had a really good day. She is 3 for 3 with a double, a couple singles, and a run scored. Swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. It was Sweat's infield single in the fourth that brought about the pitching change for the Rodeo. One twos on the outside corner for a called strike 3. And there's 2 gone. Meredith already with 3 strikeouts in the inning. Jada Thomas getting her first at bat of the day. First pitch is a strike. Thomas is batting .250, 5 of 20, 6 runs scored, 6 RBIs, a home run, a double, 7 walks, and a hit by pitch. But it's quickly down the count 0-2. That one's in the dirt, bounces away, and the wild pitch will put a runner now on second with 2 outs. Thomas fouls that one off. 1 ball, 2 strikes, it remains. 2 outs, runner on second, top 6. 7 apiece. And that's to the backstop. And runner now on third on a wild pitch. So Riley reached first, second, and third, all on wild pitches in this inning. Thomas. Fly ball to right. Catch is made for out number 3 to end the inning. For the Aquanauts here in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still 7-7 between the Knots and the Rodeo. This is the FGCL. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, 7-7. Carolyn Glover will lead things off for the Rodeo. First pitch misses for ball 1. Glover, 1 for 2, a strikeout in the 2nd and a 2-run homer in the 4th. Rodeo holding the Knots scoreless for the first time in an inning in the top of the 6th since the 2nd. That's a soft liner. The catch is made for out number 1. So 1 out now, back to the top of the order, and Cash Herber. 2 for 3. Solo homer in the 1st, single with a run scored in the 3rd, and a fly out in the 4th. And that's well hit to center, but Henson has a beat on it. She'll make the catch for out number 2. So now 2 out, nobody on for Sam Walls. Rishon Error, her first time up, came around to score in that 4th inning. At the time, that sac fly by Riley Haith gave the Rodeo the lead, but the Aquanauts tied things up in the 5th. And that's where we stand at 7. We got the Sea Cows and Slice coming up next. That'll be roughly 30 minutes following the conclusion of this one. It'll be a little bit later than the noon scheduled start. Ground ball back to Caro. She makes the stop and the throw in time to get the speedy Walls for out number 3. And the Rodeo goes down in order for the 2nd straight inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the 7th. Knotted up at 7. This is the FGCL. Carson Carpenter leading things off for the Aquanauts here in the 7th in a tie ball game. Facing Carly Meredith. Carpenter is 1 for 3 on the day. That one, a 3-run homer back in the 3rd. That capped off a 4-run 3rd inning for the Aquanauts. There's been scoring since. Both teams with a touchdown and kicking the extra point. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Meredith has found her groove here in relief. 5 strikeouts for her. 2 walks. She's allowed 2 runs. Correction, 1 run. That is popped up on the bunt and unable to make the catch. Is Glover behind the plate. Kaylee Wyndham at the plate. Wyndham's 1 for 3, singled in the 2nd. Fly ball to center. Tracking down is Monaco. She'll make the catch for out number 2. I'll bring up Sophie Fadley. 1 for 2, a single in the 2nd, a line out in the 3rd, walked, and her pinch runner came around to score in the 5th. First pitch is fouled off. On field 2, the Circus and the Snowbirds will get underway at noon. That hits the outside corner for a called strike 3. And the Aquanauts, for the first time today, go down in order themselves here in the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning, still tied up between the Aquanauts and the Rodeo at 7 apiece. This is the FGCL. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Aquanauts and Rodeo tied at 7. So the game-winning run steps to the plate for the Rodeo. Every at-bat here. Danielle Franz will lead things off. She's 1 for 2. A ground out in the first, was hit by a pitch and scored in the third, and singled in the fourth. First pitch fouled away for strike 1. 3-4-5 due up for the Rodeo here in the 7th. Kira Caro back out for another inning of relief. This is her 4th. She's given up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. Got a piece of that one on a check swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Held off on it, and the count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff. Franz fouls it away. We'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Caro lets out a yell. There's one gone. For Grace Taylor, who singled her first time up back in the 4th. First pitch fouled away. Foul ball makes it 0-2. To the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two Taylor. Another foul ball. Foul ball's back. Now we're ready. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Bottom of the 7th inning. That's a ground ball. That is a fair ball over the third base bag. The throw is in time from Wyndham for out number 2. Nice play at third by Wyndham, sticking with that one. Could have got tricky bounding over the third base bag. Now 2 out. Nobody on for Riley Haith, who had a sac fly her first time up in the 4th. These foul balls are just taking aim at cars in the parking lot. That's why I parked far, far away. Just on the off chance. The 0-1 tie and tight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two ones, a ground ball back up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. Riley Haith just past Caro in the circle and just over the second base bag for the 2-out single to put the winning run on base for the Rodeo. And bringing up Montgomery Henderson. As Cash Herber will run for Haith. Henderson had a 2 RBI single in the 3rd, 1 for 3 on the day. If this game does go into extra innings, we may have to have an umpire switch out on the base paths because circus coach Claire Ginder is our base umpire and they're about to play. Runner goes, the pitch is high, and sliding in safely is Herber with the stolen base. Three-0 to Henderson. It's a called strike, 3-1. First base open, thought they might just go ahead and give Henderson the free pass, but the 3-1 is foul. Just foul down the third base line. And the count's now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Two out, the game-winning run standing on second. Payoff pitch. Back to Caro. She knocks it down, and everyone's going to be safe. Infield single for Henderson. And with 2 outs, an opportunity for Lily Shivert, who is 2 for 3 on the day, a couple of singles and an RBI. First pitch is a strike. Inside, 3 balls and a strike now on Shivert. Danielle Monaco on deck for the Rodeo. The 3-1. Back up the middle, and that hits off Caro. And coming in to score is Herber, and that's going to be an RBI single to walk it off for Lily Shivert. Your final score, Rodeo 8, Aquanauts 7. Here in the 7th inning, 3 straight 2-out singles capped off by the walk-off by Lily Shivert. With the win, the Rodeo improved to 7-6, and the Aquanauts fall to 5-7. The winning pitcher is Carly Meredith, and Kara Caro will take the loss for the Aquanauts. Rodeo, 8 runs on 12 hits, 1 error and 9 left for the Aquanauts. 7 runs on 9 hits, 1 error, and 8 runners left on base. In your final score, a walk-off victory for the Rodeo, 8-7, here on field number 1. That's going to do it for this broadcast. We'll be back in approximately 30 minutes for our second game of the day here on field 1, featuring the Sea Cows and the Slice. Until then, I'm Tom Canterbury. Thanks for joining us. For everyone here at the FGCL, good afternoon from Bradenton.